School small group leaders? Man, I am so excited for this Sunday. First off, I hope that you had an incredible Mother's Day. If that was being celebrated because you're a mom, if that was celebrating your mom, or remembering your mom because she's passed, I hope that you had a great Sunday. And I hope that you had some time to kick your feet up and just relax, take a nap after church. This Sunday, we're back at it. We're going to be finishing up our series on Jeremiah. We're going to be looking at the last paragraph of Jeremiah and how, realistically, it's kind of a stupid way to finish a book. Like, this last paragraph doesn't talk about Jeremiah. It doesn't talk about any of his teachings. Instead, it talks about this former king of Judah, Jehoiachin, and how the king of Babylon brought this dude out of prison and made him a non-prisoner. And that's it. That's the end. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be examining this, and we're going to also be asking the question of how do we trust God? Because when it comes to our friends or people near us, people earn our trust. They prove themselves trustworthy. And God kind of doesn't. Like, if we're honest, he doesn't ever walk out of the clouds and then do something to prove that we can trust him. And it makes it kind of hard. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at this small paragraph, and we're going to be comparing it to something that God actually said 500 years before this paragraph was written. And then we're going to see how this paragraph is actually just kind of like the center point, halfway of God proving that he's going to do what he said, because then 500 years later, Jesus shows up and actually fulfills the promise. And so what we're going to be doing is seeing how Scripture is so necessary to trust God, because God doesn't demonstrate his trustworthiness within a few years, months, or weeks like friends do. God demonstrates his trustworthiness over hundreds, thousands of years. And so we have to have Scripture to look back and say, oh, this is how God was trustworthy then, and then, and then, over the course of hundreds of years. And so that's what we're going to be really looking at. I think that it'll be really great. And so what I would encourage you to do is start thinking about moments in your life where you've lost trust in somebody, like big trust moments where you've lost trust in somebody. Maybe you gained trust in somebody. They came through in a really amazing, incredible way. And what we're going to be doing is kind of getting students to think about the question of how do they gain trust in somebody else? And we're going to relate that to God. So I think it's going to be a really great week. I think that I'm really excited to see how these conversations go, how you guide your students through this. And I think that it'll be really, really incredible. Now, I also want to let you know a couple of things, like what our schedule looks like coming up through the summer, because it is bonkers, y'all. It is absolutely nuts. So this week we're meeting again. We're hanging out. It's going to be a great time. The following week is Memorial Day weekend. So most everybody is getting out of town, going on a short weekend, get like a long weekend getaway, or if it's you, just kick your feet up. We're not going to be having student ministry. I'll even be out of town. It's my anniversary weekend, so Megan and I are heading down to San Diego. So kick your feet up, take a holy nap after church. It's going to be an incredible Sunday. After that is June 4th, and we are not doing regular student ministry because there's this big vision night, and I would so encourage you. We're going to push all of our students to go to this. I would love for you to come to it as well. This is where our staff is going to be laying out hey, this is the direction that we're headed as we're going into summer. And if you were there with your small group, man, your small group is going to feel like it's their church just as much, if not more, than it's their parents' church. And so I would really encourage you to be there. There's going to be free food. It'll be a great time. It'll be so much fun. That's June 4th. June 11th, we're doing our big pop-up Sunday. That night we'll have regular student ministry. We're going to do a little thing, celebrate all of our 8th graders moving into being officially 9th graders as far as we're concerned. And so if you are an 8th grade small group leader on June 11th, you're going to bump up and you'll officially be a high school small group leader. So that's going on June 11th. June, what's the next one? 18th. We are not having student ministry because Father's Day. So just like Mother's Day, we cancel and tell everybody to go celebrate your mom or whoever's a mother figure for you. We're doing the same thing on Father's Day. Then after that is Color Wars, our big summer kickoff. I have learned my lesson. I will not make my own color powder. We're buying it. It's going to be a grand old time. I'll come up with some other games for us to play, and it'll be a ton of fun. And then that coming Saturday, Friday, we leave for CIY Mix. So that starts camp season. That starts our summer. It is going to be absolutely nuts as we're moving ahead, but it's going to be so much fun. I think that this summer holds so many cool opportunities, so many amazing things lie around the corner for us, and I am so excited to see how God's going to use you as you invest in these kids this summer. Guys, I love getting to serve with you. I love getting to hang out with you, and I cannot wait to serve with you again this Sunday night.